Hey guys, it's Mikey. This is my second video of the day, or it's night now, but actually, technically, it's tomorrow. It's past midnight, so sorry that light's bugging. I can't really do anything about it. But anyway, I was watching a video just now, and it made me think, and I got to really thinking. But basically, my thing is, if you're this is basically a questioning video. Um, I feel like there's some people out there who actually try to transition but are questioning themselves the whole time. And I'm not gonna say that you shouldn't transition or that, you know, you're doing the wrong thing or whatever. Like, do whatever you feel like doing. Cool. That's all you. It's whatever you want to do. It's your life, not mine, not anybody else's. But um, however, I am going to state my opinion on that. I feel like if you are in the process of transitioning, or if you're thinking about transitioning and you're questioning yourself the whole time, like, do I really want to do this? Do I really want to do that? Like, what is my purpose in this? Or do I really feel comfortable with this? Um, I think, honestly, that, and I'm not saying that this is what you have to do, because you don't have to do anything. You just have to do whatever you feel like doing. But my opinion would be that you should, you know, really take the time to think about it, do your research, go to counseling, go to therapy, you know, really just take your time on it and figure yourself out, find yourself. It's your journey. You know who you are. I mean, some people really don't know who they are, but it takes time to get there, you know. It took me a long time to get there. I really, for pretty much 10 years of my life, um, didn't know my place on this world. Like, I guess I identified as lesbian for a long time, and I didn't feel right with it. I didn't know what I was. I just, I liked to wear boy clothes. I liked to have my hair cut short. I liked to buy boy shoes. I mean, I wore boxers all the time and wife beaters, and I mean, I feel like part of that is an influential thing because I grew up around my three brothers and my uncles, and I probably only had two female role models in my life. Um, but not to say that those two females didn't have an influence on my life, because they did. I'm just saying, like, maybe that might be why I was such a tomboy. I had mostly males in my family that I hung out with all the time on a daily basis, you know. But I'm also not saying that that's why I'm transgender. Um, but I also never questioned myself when I thought about it. When I first said it out loud to myself, I was like, I felt embraced. Like, I felt a certain sense of peace with myself that I hadn't felt before. And when I first got my first binder and I saw myself in the mirror, then I knew for sure. I knew for sure, like, that's me, that's my body, that's who I am. And then when I started testosterone, I I had never, not once, questioned myself. The only thing I question is bottom surgery because of the complications and not because I don't want it. but that's the only thing. Um, but that's besides the point. I've never had doubts in my transition. I always knew for sure and always made sure that I was 100% before I did anything. Um, and I feel like that's what most people should do, is to make sure that you're 100% on how you feel about yourself before you actually go into it further in the process. Because yeah, there's going back, but not after surgeries. Um, if you have been taking hormones for a long time, it's a difficult detransition. Um, and there are even health risks at cause, and you could really make yourself sick and stuff. And I mean, you guys, like, if you're questioning yourself, really, 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 really think about it. Like, where are your moral values at, and how do you feel about yourself? Like, do you think this is the right path for you? If you can't find those answers, go to a counselor, ask a friend for advice, talk to some trans guys or trans chicks, you know, see a therapist, talk to a doctor, anything that can help you. Go to an LGBT meeting, call a hotline, anything, like, just look for help. Look for help. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, like, my transition, I've gone through it mostly, well, I'd say like 95% of it, I've gone through it all by myself. I have support with my family, um, but I'm saying like 95% of the shots that I've done were self done. 95% of the appointments that I've gone to with actually 100, no, 95% of the appointments that I've gone to with my doctor, I've done by myself. 95%, no, actually 100% of the counseling that I've gone to, I've done by myself. Um, I never, when I first started, I didn't have a lot of support. I didn't have a lot of friends. Um, my sister-in-law, I think, went with me to my first appointment. My sister-in-law and my birth sister, but that was it. I've never asked anybody for money. Um, I've pretty much had to pay for all this out of pocket, like, no insurance or nothing, like. But that's when, like, when you really want a gun for it, and even if you have to do it by yourself, even if you have to struggle with money or insurance or whatever, that's how you know that, like, well, I'm not gonna say that's how you know, but that's how I knew that I was gonna work hard to get to where I wanted to be in my life with my transition, because I wasn't gonna let anything stop me from transitioning. I wasn't gonna let anything get in my way. Like, this is my life. It's who I want to be. I know that 100%. And I feel like, I don't mean to offend anybody, but I feel like if you're seriously questioning yourself, if you're having doubts, talk to someone. I mean, I think there's like a 40% rate of people who transition that regret their transition. And that's okay, that's fine. But I feel like it would be better if people really got the help that they needed. And I'm not saying help like you're crazy or mental or insane or unhealthy or anything like that. I'm just saying, just someone to help guide you through it, to help you see where your path is, and what you want in your life. You need, you have questions, you need answers, right? And you're going to need someone or something to help you get those answers if you can't answer them yourself. That's all I'm saying. And I know it's difficult. I know that people don't want to be judged. I know that people don't want to be rejected. I know that people get offended. And I know that you don't want to offend people or whatever the case is. I know. Um, but the truth in the matter is that it's all about you. It only matters if you're happy. It only matters if, you're alive and well and you're doing good with yourself. Because if you're not and you're seriously questioning yourself, then, you know, that's when you start to feel uncomfortable and you're doubting yourself as a person. You're just not okay with everything that's going on, and you need to be at that point where you're okay with everything. Um, because transitioning it's not about learning about it and then discovering that you think that's who you are. Um, and then later on discovering that, oh, I guess I was wrong. I really don't want that surgery. I really don't want those hormones. I really don't, I don't hate my body. I don't hate myself as a person. I like who I am, da 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 da, whatever, blah blah blah. But transitioning, okay, I can't really tell you what it's really about, but to me, it's about finding out who you really are. It's about finding your path in life, your journey, and and I'm sure that transitioning isn't the only thing that's all about. I'm sure like finding a career, um, figuring out the kind of car that you like to drive. I don't know, just random shit, you guys. But seriously, it's all the same thing. Like, it's your life's path, it's your life's journey, and it's all about you and who you truly are, not who other people think you are, not who other people want you to be, but it's about how you feel about yourself and who you are. And I'm not saying that, like, if you feel like you're transgender, don't do it because it's just a feeling. No, I'm saying, like, if you feel like you're transgender, awesome, go for it. But before you go for it, talk to somebody. Um, get all the information that you can get. And at the end of the day that you feel differently about it, then maybe it might not be for you. But if you still think that it's for you, then get more research, get more information, talk to a doctor, talk to a freaking therapist, you guys. Whatever you have to do to make sure that you are 100% on that level and know that that's what you want for sure, you know, do it. But anyway, this video is running a little long. It's like almost 1 o'clock in the morning, and I need to go to bed. Feel free to leave your comments, leave a response video, inbox me. Let me know what you guys think, because I know that my opinion isn't the only one that matters, and I'm not going to sit here and argue and debate with you guys, but I'm open to listen to what you guys have to say, and, I'll be totally supportive of it, unless I disagree with it, but I don't usually disagree with people. I usually just support what they think. So, that'll be it for the night. Good night, guys. Bye.